in 3, 2, 1, play. And we're back. Both of us are back. What do you think of this town with all the little kids?
Oh, it's great. I love annoying small children. It's amazing.
They just kicked. I guess the backstory is they kicked all their parents out, but I want to know how that was accomplished.
Yeah,
Like,
how the fuck did that work?
what
It's
kind
just
of
like,
weak ass parents are just like, oh, okay, I guess we'll leave because the kids told us to.
yeah, it's like, okay, where'd they go? What happened to them? Ew. Jesus Christ, you let a bunch of kids do this, except they
So
let merchants and
yeah,
and
it
a
doesn't
priest.
really make any sense. So my
Yeah,
party is the same, except for I swapped hands for Lyle, as you can see.
finally.
And Lyle is great. His movement got a slight nerf in the remake.
Yeah, he did.
In Resurrection of the Dark Dragon, it got severe nerf. It's the same as any other archer, so there's no reason to use him. In this, it got nerfed down to 6, so it's still slightly better, but it's not as good as like a centaur. But
Mhm.
I mean, I'll take it anyway. It's one extra movement is worth it, considering all the archers have about the same stats.
Yeah. In this fight, do they have?
The hidden enemies?
Yes.
They do, but they do not stay hidden. So originally, if you were doing this fight, you'd see the 3 pieces of artillery, and then you'd only see the cluster of bad guys right in front of the town, and you'd be like, oh man, this fight is really easy. And you'd start going across the mountains, and then suddenly the rest of the enemies, these mages, worms, and golems, would just pop out of nowhere and surround you, and you can get really caught off guard by that.
I never really understood what spawned them. Was it like hitting a certain distance of tile or?
Yeah, it's like you cross a certain tile and they're suddenly spawned, I believe.
I always wondered if there was a way to cheat it somehow, like take some secret path and.
No, there's not really. If you're really, really good, you can stand on top of the tiles they would have spawned on, and then they don't show up.
Yeah,
Like,
I
if
think
you
I was
really
about to
wanted
say
to,
that
you can do that.
I think I've done that once or twice where
Yeah.
I'll have a one less worm or something.
Yeah, but since I triggered them and then left the battle with Egress and came back during the course of grinding Lyle up, they stay unrevealed. So, or they stay revealed. They are no longer hidden. So that makes the fight a lot easier.
I just accidentally paused the video. What time are we at?
We really are brain scratch. It's 2:38.
Oh, fuck yeah! I just did some finagling.
We are super brain scratch right now. Hello? Oh shit, did you drop? Am I all
What?
alone? Oh no, there you are.
I was gonna say no, you're not talking to me. Okay, fuck you. No.
I think we had the audio drop out for a minute because I couldn't
Oh.
hear you and you couldn't
Oh,
hear
I
me.
couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
I wonder if the viewers will hear any of us
Now we're
Just
really
laugh.
brain scratch.
blabbering to ourselves. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
You there? Anyway, I was saying, heat axe. Where'd you get the heat axe?
Oh yes, so that was in a chapter 5 video that you were not around for. But basically, one of the secret hidden items that was not very good. There are secret hidden items on both ship battles, and one of them is replaced with the heat axe. The second ship battle, you get the heat axe instead of the useless item. So that's how you get the heat axe now. And I show off its location. I do miss the one on the first ship battle because I forgot, but it was only a breath of life, so I just lost 2 hit points. But you know, that's
Did
okay.
did you pimp up? Or pimp out? What? Oh god, pump up. Jesus, did you pump up your character?
No,
With all
I
the
still have all
irons
of the items, and I still have all of them as of the footage I have, which, as you saw, is up through chapter 7 right now. So I have not used any of those yet. I think I'm going to use them all at once at the end of the game when I'm sure of my permanent party, because I won't use them all on my hero. Like if my archer and mage have shitty defense, I'll probably use them on my archer and mage, you know. And then like if someone needs a little bit of a power boost, I can spread that around too. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
But it is always a good strategy to just use them on your hero because he is the most important character.
That's all. Just dump them all. Give them all the wine. Give them all the bread. Give them all. Just chug it down, asshole. Eat
I
it.
think I'll give him all the bread because the most important thing for him is having hit points for magic. Because in the last couple of fights of the game, you get hit with a lot of magic.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like that with the magic. How it's set damage, so some characters can get wiped out easier. But I mean, like, at the same time, it's the final battle. You're supposed to be getting kind of slaughtered.
It'll be interesting because, like I said, I've never beaten this remake. One of the reasons is there's a lot of diesel in the final 2 battles. There is a lot of diesel, and diesel is hard to deal with.
You could save state just every single fucking turn.
I may save scum if it's too hard for me to do it by myself.
Jesus. You think worms wouldn't be able to handle fire that well?
Yeah. They're taking it pretty decent.
Do these ones make you fall asleep?
Yes, they do.
God damn,
The sandworms are well known for putting you to sleep.
So many enemies do that.
Did you read Dune, or have you not read Dune?
Nope.
Oh, I just made a Dune joke, and we missed it.
You're missing me doing the gesture of the joke or the reference flying over top of my head.
Yeah. I mean,
I did it though.
Giant worms are not exactly a super original concept, but I feel like a lot of times they're appearing in a video game or perhaps a shitty Hobbit movie. They're the ones from Dune. Yeah.
Oh my god! Don't get me. Well, I'm of 2 minds.
I mean, worms do exist in Middle Earth and whatever, but it didn't
I was about
make
to
sense.
say I actually just read The Hobbit a couple of weeks ago, and there is one single throwaway line about the wereworms or something worms.
Yeah, someone mentions
worm.
worms, right? Like in dialogue.
It's one line of some,
Well, one
allusion to
line means one scene in the Hobbit remakes or the Hobbit movies, unfortunately. So
I don't know. I used to blame Peter Jackson for The Hobbit, but now I'm thinking it's probably more of the studios at fault. Because I think I read somewhere
you think the studio was just like, hey man, you have to make another trilogy. Like you cannot just make one movie.
I think I read that he wanted to make maybe 2, put it into 2-part.
That's what I heard.
Which would have been a fine length.
Yeah, 2 would have been good because you can still take your time at like the beginning and introduce all the characters and have like the slow build up that they have without having to add in all that like love triangle shit. Yeah,
and if you wanted to keep in the appendices stuff, which I was a-okay with.
The White Council stuff was fine.
In there. Yeah, so you could have. There's so much all that like CGI monstrosity stuff with the barrel scene and the love triangle shit. You could have all just chucked that out.
I don't know, but it still might not have been great because I don't know, like the final battle had so much CGI and stuff, and that's just like I think that would have been the same.
I mean, the battles were. I don't know what the difference between Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit was, but the battles I felt like in the Lord of the Rings, even though they were also huge and long.
Well, I think it's because CGI it's because CGI is so easy to do now. Back when they were making Lord of the Rings, they had to do a lot of practical effects and stunt people and extras dressed up as orcs, because they just couldn't do the amount of computer stuff. And that's why they had the real models for all the areas and all that stuff. But now you can just do it in the computer.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know, for me personally, it's just like I can feel the lifeless soullessness of it. When you're watching it. And I mean, I don't mind CGI for being CGI, but he went full George Lucas there pretty much.
I knew I wasn't gonna like the 3rd movie when they started out with making the what's his face Bran scene be like superly overly dramatic. Like it's supposed to be dramatic because he's killing a dragon. But like he's using he's not. It's not like he's just shooting him with a bow, which is what he does in the book. Like he's doing this whole fucking.
He's got He's got to do some parkour, Assassin's Creeding around a tower.
He's got to do some parkour. The arrow is not a normal arrow.
His son's right there.
His son's right there. The point is that it was just a normal arrow, and he shoots him because he's a really good shot. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it was supposed to be just a pretty cool guy.
Oh my god! Speaking of nerd rage.
Oh god.
Did you play KOTOR?
Yes.
So you know that there's like a whole Old Republic era of Star Wars that these Disney movies could be using.
Yes.
And guess what they're making instead? They're making a fucking Jabba the Hutt solo movie. I swear to God, I saw a story about this. It may be fake, I'm hoping it's fake. But they're making a Han Solo movie, a Boba Fett movie, now they're making a fucking Jabba the Hutt movie. Instead of making a fucking Old Republic movie! Just make an Old Republic movie!
Oh my god, Jabba the fucking Hutt.
You're right. Are you with me? You gotta be with me on this.
that's gotta be a joke. I can believe
I hope it's a
I
joke.
can believe the Han Solo. I can believe Boba Fett. But oh my god.
I honestly didn't read the article. I just saw it and like got immediate nerd rage. So
It was gotta be a trolling article. You
hope
probably
so.
fell into their clickbait trap, asshole.
The thing is, I believe it though, because they're taking so much time just doing original trilogy stuff instead of doing stuff that they could be doing in other eras of Star Wars, which are way cooler.
I would go for a Revan movie. I would
Revan
love to
movie
see
would be
that.
great. A Mandalorian Wars movie would be amazing. Like
Oh
the
my
stuff
gosh.
before the game, all the backstory, it's so good.
It'd be like at least 20 Boba Fett's in the whole Mandalorian movie. Maybe 30 Boba Fett's. Oh my god.
Yeah, lots of Boba Fett.
No, that'd be yeah, no, there's so much material that just got thrown out the window, which I feel like is just sitting there. You've got a bunch of fucking nerds like you and me just, you know, wanting to see it with on the big screen and all of its awesome glory, and you're just like, yeah, fuck it. A Han Solo movie. A Han Solo movie where the main actor who plays Han Solo is so bad, we have to get a special acting coach to be brought in for our main fucking actor.
Yeah, all the stories I'm hearing from that movie are not exactly filling me with confidence.
I mean, I like Donald Glover. I love him, and him being a young Lando.
Yeah, that part
great,
sounds good.
But everything else I'm hearing is just like.
Everything else sounds terrible. Did you recognize Donald Glover in Spider-Man?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did.
I did not.
Also, I've been watching all of Community.
Yeah, I've never seen Community, so like I didn't really. I knew Donald Glover was in it, but I didn't really like process when he was in it.
No, it was. I saw him. It was fun. It was fine. Speaking of the Spider-Man movie, we were just talking about this, but I loved it.
Yeah.
You know, is definitely some of my top Marvel movies. Not sure where it ranks, but I just loved how all the humor. It felt like a Guardians of the Galaxy or an Ant-Man in the humor, but the scale was at the same time big enough to be an Avenger movie because you had Iron Man there, but it wasn't another Doomsday Death Beam. It was Michael Keaton stealing shit, and making weapons, and it was like that's a good friendly neighborhood Spider-Man sized thing to fight, you know, between Avenger movies. Yeah, I loved it. Michael Keaton was great in it. Everyone was great. I wonder how much money that they spent on Tony, Robert Downey Jr. and Tony Stark.
Oh yeah, for him to show up for like 3 scenes, you probably got like at least $10 million or something. I don't know.
I did love how the scene where he wasn't actually in the armor.
Yes.
That felt really good because I was like, they're kind of. It felt like they were kind of referencing like, hey, we're not going to put him in there all the time because he's fucking expensive. But here's a funny little reason for why we don't have to show Tony Stark in another location with the actor. Yeah, it was really good though. Then again, you know, did you ever hear about those rumors about I don't know if they were rumors or not, about replacing Robert Downey Jr. with a black girl to be the new Iron Man?
Like the comics?
No, like maybe.
No, like they did in the comics, because Iron Man is a black woman right now in the comics. I think.
I can't remember whether it was them talking about it in the comics or in the movie universe. They are going
to have to replace him eventually, if only because he'll probably die before they stop making these superhero movies. You know.
Oh, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, like when 50 years from now they're making Avengers 50.
Yeah, but we've seen with Grand Moff Tarkin that bring him back from the dead and into CGI hell.
You think Robert Downey Jr. will keep being CGI'd 50 years from now? That would be hilarious.
Yeah, no, look, in Civil War, that little scene with young Robert Downey Jr. hologram, that was Disney basically showing Robert Downey Jr. like, hey, look, we can make you. we don't need you to be here physically. We can create you, computer. So same with Grand Moff Tarkin, Leia. They just gonna upload him into the computers over at Disney, and they'll be able to use him forever.
Interesting.
It'll be Avengers 24. Jason Goes to Space. It'll be forever. Yeah. Well, talk through most of this battle? Oh,
Yeah, I
fuck
mean, there's
no.
not too much strategy to the first part. You're just kind of, it's another one where you're hampered by the mountains, and I really don't like these battles where you're hampered by the mountains, and you're just getting pounded on by golems and worms.
That's
Uh,
hot. I like that.
oh yeah, oh baby. There's something
Golems
interesting
works.
coming up with the Dullahan. They're just kind of like, well, first of all, they're like mythical creatures or whatever, but that's not the interesting part. The interesting part is he gave them magic in this, and guess what spell he's got?
Diesel.
Yep, he's got enough magic to cast Diesel once. They all do. So if there's multiple of them in a battle, it's just like, oh fuck. Like I gotta be
Thinking of that
really
fight
careful.
where there's 5 of them right in the front. That'll be fun.
Okay, so in that fight he actually gave him Blaze 3, so he had mercy. But in the upcoming fight in Dragonia, there are 4 of them, and they all have Diesel, and you have to be really
Jesus
careful.
Christ.
Yeah,
I thought there was
Diesel
only 2
makes an
of them.
appearance. Just wait till you get to Chapter 8. The archers all have Diesel. The snipers or whatever they are.
Why? So you got rid of Elven Arrow. You know, you didn't make Elven Arrow do insta-kill, but instead you give him a better insta-kill move.
Yep.
Damn.
It's tough. Chapter 8 is tough. We'll see how that goes for us.
Jesus
And
Christ.
by us, I mean me.
I like the dual hand though. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like the is there the Doom Blade in this version?
Yes, the Doomblade exists. He doesn't. It's no longer a set drop. But you do get better weapons. I think I'm just gonna straight up find the Doomblade in the chest in the next town, actually,
Okay.
or maybe the broadsword. I don't remember. But Doomblades exist, and they have them, and I don't think they'd have a chance to kill. But like I said, they have Diesel, so that's even worse.
Yeah, is it pretty much 100% insta kill?
I said Diesel has like a
Diesel?
50-50 shot.
That's fair.
Both
I
when
guess.
you use it and when they use it on you. Yeah, but I may need to do some save scumming in the last battle of the game. I don't know.
Yeah. Jesus.
Because if I lose, you know, because the final battle of the game is a 2-parter, and if I lose like half my party in the first one, I'm not going to be able to beat the second one. So like I might just have to save scum a little bit.
Yeah, it's all up to RNG. It's basically like you had the easiest RNG ever.
Oh, speaking of save scumming, I think we're gonna do a little bit of save scumming here.
Really?
Yeah.
What happens as you use diesel?
So I'm just like, hey, fuck 2 hit points. I just decided to keep this in because I just kind of want to show my process. When I'm off screen, I'm just like, hey, that wasn't a good enough stat gain. I want a better one. You're gonna give me a fucking better stat gain.
Oh, and I'm not giving you anything.
I just found this to be entertaining to show like at least once.
Huh.
You have to keep hitting like you have to keep hitting B and like selecting him again to reset. And here I'm like, all right, I got 2 attack. I guess I'll take it because I'm clearly not gonna get a good stat gain. But off screen, I do that a ton.
It's really interesting though, like with how random it is.
Yeah.
So I guess it's possible for you to play the game and end up with the worst stat growth possible.
You're always gonna get a sort of like it's always sort of gonna be the same per character. You know, like Domingo's always gonna have like 76 magic points or 75 magic points, or maybe he'll have 70 magic points. It's gonna be about the same, but there are differences.
That can be kind of cheap at the same time, though. You know, you get super unlucky and have most of your characters have the worst stat growth.
Yeah.
They just have these shitty guys.
Like sometimes I've done that process that you saw. I've done it like 10 times, and I still only gain like 1 defense. And the game's just like, you know, like this level, the actual maximum and minimum is like negligible. You know, like it's always gonna be 1 defense this level for this guy. So
yeah. Huh.
Yeah. So that's just kind of interesting. I spared you. I mostly just roll with what I get. There's one really annoying part in an upcoming chapter where I get like 0 on the level up and I'm so mad.
Oh, no, Domingo.
Yeah, but the reality is he probably wouldn't have gotten much on that level up anyway. And you just saw Diesel in action, so that's why you gotta be careful with the Dullahan. That's why my main character was nowhere near him. And we did lose 1 party member, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Because now the Dullahan can still do damage when he hits us, but he's not nearly as bad as Dieseling. He can only do that once. He blew his load early.
Oh god, prematurely. Interesting how you're not attacking him with like Gong, just having him sit over
Well, I
there
don't want
with
to
his
be too
thumb up
cheap,
his ass.
but Gong could totally one-shot him, I think.
Wait, really? Jesus Christ.
Maybe, I'd have to look. But Gong
Maybe
has 80 attack by this point, so.
Oh, fuck me. Holy
And he
shit.
gets one-shot anyway. I get a crit, as it were.
Goes Ilo.
Goes Ilo. Attack gained by 5, too.
Attack by 5. Huh. Are there different critical attack animations in this game, or is that just
Only for a couple of characters, Adam and Blau. For some reason, they get different portraits, they get different critical attack animations, and no one else does. Your main character does a little bit.
Yeah, if his final sword, if it's an insta-kill, like
Yeah.
if you do more damage, it'll do a different animation, which is nice to see, but
Yeah.
that's weird. I wonder if they plan to do that with everyone and just kind of had to start somewhere, or if,
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
these
thinking that they
special
didn't have
characters
space
only.
for everyone, and they just kind of only did it for a few characters. So here's this
Yeah.
guy again. He's still showing up in every chapter.
and he's still, never mind. Well,
He has an important role to play later.
later.
I forget if
yeah.
we said what it is,
Let's not, in case we didn't.
just in
But
case.
he still does it even if you never talk to him.
Yes, and it makes no sense.
Okay. Again, I've always wanted to try that and see if it actually
So
happens.
speaking
I
of
just
critical
never
attack
used it.
animations, this is actually in the remake. Your main character does that thing where if the attack is going to kill, he like throws fire on the ground or whatever. That doesn't happen in this.
Huh.
But he does get if you kill Dark Dragon, you get a one-time
yeah.
special attack animation where you throw fire on the ground. But in the remake, you just do it for fucking everyone. I'll see if
Yeah,
I can
no,
get
it's-
that to happen in when I do fight Dark Dragon.
It looks pretty cool, and it's nice to see when he does it, because you know a little bit ahead of time that.
But if
he's-
Dark Dragon is like stupid hard, I'm not going to be able to like, mess around and get that attack animation. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So in this version, the halberd has a 2-square attack. I don't know if it does in the Resurrection of the Dark Dragon or not.
No, it's just normal lance.
Yeah, in this one it's a
Yeah.
spear, so that's even better.
Oh my God, Blau, you're hideous. That portrait
Yeah,
is
that's
a
bad.
lot uglier.
Don't worry, he won't have that for long, because in the next part he'll be promoted already.
Hell yeah. He might be my favorite character design when he's promoted in this game, I think. Because like I said, in the next game, in the remake, he's got he's kind of more feathery. He's
Yeah.
got a bunch of bangles that look weird, just kind of random.
Yeah.
He looks like half bird. He looks like, you've seen the pictures of the raptors with all their feathers.
Yeah,
like,
and it
in
looks so
between
wrong,
species.
even though
It
it was
looks
accurate.
like that.
Yeah.
Because he's got scales, but he's also got shitload of feathers. Anyway.
Sacred dragon, more like scared dragon. Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah, let's taunt the dragon. Taunt the fucking
Yeah.
last remaining dragon. Oh yeah,
Speaking
that's the
of
last thing.
stupid villains, this Rune Knight is like really dumb. He's just like, "Hey dragon, what are you gonna do? Oh wait, you spit fire on me. I died. Aw."
And is Blau the last remaining dragon? Is that a
Yes.
plot point?
I don't remember if the dialogue in this game mentions it because they cut a lot of the dialogue that should have been there. But in the remake, they explicitly say that all the other dragons got slaughtered, and I think it was by Cain. Whose spoiler alert is right here. Wait, shit, I'm behind. Okay, spoiler alert, Cain's right here.
Oh damn.
And unlike Cain, once again displays stupid villainy. Although this time he's, I guess his motivation is he wants to have a fair fight, which has not been in his character before. But whatever. Now he wants to have a fair fight. So he says, "Go back to our headquarters and gather our forces, because we're gonna have a fair fight."
Should have just fucking the hero. Just shake the shit out of him when he turned around.
Yeah, should have just shanked me with the dark sword, but or the sword of darkness. But whatever. So
Yeah.
poor
Speaking of-
Lau gets left behind for Blau. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Final Fantasy 4, yeah. So Cain, like the same name as the Dragoon Cain who slaughters the dragons.
Yeah. Oh
then-
shit! I didn't notice that.
Well, I don't think the Dragoons. I think they just call Dragoons because they look like dragons. But you just reminded me, if Cain in this game slaughtered dragons, there's a little dragon connection to Cain, and it's a reach, but it's something. And then I'll talk about the last connection later. But they moved him.
Yeah, he moved them way back there, and both those Dullahans have D-Soul, so you gotta be careful.
Oh, they take out the annoying gargoyles up top?
Yeah, I did take out the annoying gargoyles up top, but as you can see,
fuck
Kate
those
has
guys.
70 attack power and not infinite, but off the screen health. So this is gonna be a bit of a challenging battle. He can one shot a good amount of your party.
In the remake, he got. Oh fuck, we're done.
We'll talk about it in the next part.
No,
So
never mind.
1 second.